Hey there. So there are some questions on the ukulele subreddit on Reddit about clawhammer technique, and it's a lot easier just to show in a video than it is to answer, so I figured I'd make a video for anyone who's struggling. I'm using my outdoor banjolele. It's a tenor banjolele from Outdoor Ukulele composite material. It's tuned a step lower than a normal re-entrant tuned ukulele, so F, B flat, D, F, so that's a open F. So one of the questions was where to play, like on here, and there's no real right answer. It's all just to get the sound that you want, or that you hear in your head, or that somebody wants you to play. So this is a banjolele, but imagine the sound hole's right here. So a lot of times on guitar, acoustic guitar, they play right over the sound hole because that gives the sound they want, nice balanced sound. A lot of times on electric guitar, you'll see them play down here. That gives it a real nice intense sound, and it's also easy to palm mute down here. And you'll notice on ukulele and a lot of times on banjo, they'll play up here over the neck. A lot of banjos are scooped right there for you to do that. Nowadays they're scooped for that. Originally they were scooped because that's a byproduct of the spiked lute design. So it wasn't for that reason originally, though it is now. But they all just give a different sound. So this will give you the nicest blend between the two. Classical guitar talk, you would say this is called playing normale over the sound hole. Playing near the bridge or ponticello will give a shriller, harsher sound, more intense, and then playing tasto, or up here, will give you a softer, rounder sound. And it doesn't really matter, it's just what you want. So play wherever you want, whatever's easiest. I find on a banjo, I usually play right around here, a little north of the sound hole, but not quite over here like a lot of people play. It's honestly because I'm not very good at it. It's a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I'll play down here. I don't recommend playing down here. But let's just see what that sounds like. So you can kind of hear the sounds. Yeah. So best advice, just experiment and figure out how you like it. Next question was whether you want to be hitting the head of the the head of the banjolele, or the body, the soundboard of the body of the wooden ukulele. And there's no right answer to this one either. It's also personal taste. Some people really like that sound of hitting it. That right there, right in between here, the scraping, it adds like a sort of rusticness or a nice percussion. Some people don't like it, and don't do it at all. It really just depends on the style you play. Like, I think I remember reading Dwight Diller's instruction book, and he's all about that. He plays a more mountainy, traditional style. Then if you listen to someone like Ken Perlman, another excellent player and whose technique is impeccable, he probably doesn't do that as much. He's very clean. His playing is very clean. So ideally, I guess you would want to be able to control it and do both. And so if you're playing with someone and they say, hey, can you stop doing that? You'd be able to stop doing it if they don't like it. But you could do it if you want to, too. But I honestly wouldn't worry about it too much in the beginning. I'd just be worried about getting the rest of it down. You can kind of adjust that later. It's not the end of the world, you know. I guess I don't do it that much. But I don't worry about it either. It's not like, if you're playing finger style, I feel like you shouldn't be scraping. It's really distracting. Like, Scruggs players really don't like to scrape at all. And I kind of feel the same about, I don't play Scruggs, but I can do two-finger. But for clawhammer, I don't know, because it's like such a percussive technique, I don't think it's a big deal, and I think it does add something to it. So what's the answer? I guess don't worry about it for right now, and slowly work on being able to do both. All right, another question. How do you hit the string? Like, how do you hit this string with your nail without hitting this string? And the answer is practice, and also don't worry so much about hitting that string, because you kind of can, as long as it doesn't sound, you're okay. As you can see, I'm hitting this string with my nail, and it's sounding, because it's going past it, and this one's kind of hitting the string, but even when I come off of it, it's not sounding, so it's not really a big deal. And you do accidentally sound it, well, just keep going. Who cares? Work on it, you know, try not to do it, but, you know. The other thing is, you know, they say hammer down, and it's confusing because this is down. You're obviously, that's how gravity works, this is down. But you're also trying to go down this way, even though it's not really down. It's more like you hold it this way. Kind of see my strings. Sorry, this sucks, but I'm not going this way. I'm going this way, and that's kind of why you want to be the other way too. Like a hammer. Like your hammer's going this way. It's not. It's going this way a little bit, but you want to be going this way. See, going up, bouncing off. Got my thumb there, catching the string every time. That's really important. You know, it is less important in ukulele than it is in banjo to catch that string, but I'm a big believer in basically hitting that string every time and bouncing off of it. The Dwight Diller technique is he kind of makes it into like an automatic thing where the thumb catches right down there, and then just by automatically pulling your hand, it sounds automatically like that. I'm a little bit more controlled. I go like this, but you can try that. That's kind of cool too. But yeah, the golden rule basically is every time this string hits something, you want your thumb to hit it right there too, or hit one of the strings really. Unless you're trying to hit up here, it's a little bit more difficult. Like I said, it's more difficult on ukulele than it is on banjo. But yeah, make sure you're going down this way. You're going in towards the ukulele head. You can try adjusting your hand a little bit. A lot of people play straight like this, perpendicular to the floor. Other people adjust their hand more like this and angle their thumb down. Doesn't matter. A lot of people use their middle finger. I don't really. I do it for chords sometimes. But you can try doing that, and ideally you would probably want to do both. Like Mark Johnson uses both like equally, and it's kind of cool. It's like a hybrid bluegrass style. But yeah, and then when you strum, someone else mentioned the flicking off your hand water thing, and that's really good. Thank you. That's an excellent comparison. When I strum, sometimes I got two different strums. I've got the where I'm really just putting my hand down and catching it, raking it across, and then I've got the sort of like Grandpa Jones, like that'll be loud, more lively when I'm really going for it. So I'll switch back and forth. A lot of times I'll do that way when I don't want to sound the fifth string with just like some strumming. You can also do like a raspudo. Clifton Hicks style, like he does this rake. That's really cool. He's kind of separated into a claw. Pretty neat. And then you can strum with your thumb too. One trick that I learned from Charlie Marks, who's a really good banjo player, is it's sort of like this substitute thumbing thing. Instead of going instead of your thumb catching there, you're going past it and hitting it on the opposite. Cool. All right, so that's just a little video on clawhammer technique. If you have any more questions, ask. I'll make another video or whatever. I don't care. I have a lot of free time. Thanks.